Picture the best mechanic you know, 30 years of experience, can diagnose by sound alone his lunch, a gas station burrito over a drain pan, and 3 ibuprofen. You think he eats garbage because he's lazy, because he doesn't care. It's not a choice, it's a system. 5 traps built into shop life that make garbage the only logical outcome. Designed to keep you producing, not healthy. A master tech in Cleveland, 26 years, told me I didn't have a diet problem, I had a shop problem. Before I break down the 5 traps, tell me if this is you, right now, in the comments. What did you eat today at work? Not what you planned to eat, not what you told your wife you'd eat, what you actually put in your body between clock in and clock out, and how long did you spend doing it? The average mechanic spends less than 8 minutes eating lunch. Not 30, not 15, 8. And the reason for that number is trap number 1. Trap number 1, the flat rate time tax. On flat rate, lunch is a pay cut. A 30-minute break at $30 per flag hour costs you $15. Over a year, that's $3,900 in breaks you can't afford. So you eat while the oil drains. You eat standing at the parts counter. Whatever you can shove in one-handed in under 3 minutes without putting down a tool. That's not a meal. That's opportunistic fueling, the human equivalent of squirting oil into a bearing without stopping the machine. The food that fits a 90-second window is always garbage. Gas station hot dog, vending machine chips, leftover donuts. By 2 p.m., you're crashing hard enough to need a second energy drink. This isn't a you problem. Flat rate was designed to maximize production per bay hour, not to include time for the human to refuel. You're financially penalized for eating properly. That's an engineering flaw in the business model. That Cleveland tech, the top producer, skipped lunch. He was the hero. First one on blood pressure meds at 38. The shop got 11 extra flag hours per week. He got a prescription. What did you eat at work today, and which trap caused it? Drop it below and subscribe. Your answers build the next video. That's trap number 1, the time tax. But even if you had 30 minutes, your brain would sabotage you. Trap number 2 explains why. One of our viewers, a transmission specialist in Dallas, 19 years flat rate, described it perfectly. By 4 p.m., I've made 300 decisions. Which scan tool, which connector, which wire, which test, which part, which torque spec. 300 decisions, all high stakes, all requiring focus. And then someone asks what I want for dinner, and I can't even process the question. I just point at the first thing on the menu. My brain is empty. That's not hunger talking. That's trap number 2. Trap number 2, decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is real. Your brain has a finite capacity for good decisions per day. Every diagnosis, every electrical ghost, every check engine light that could be 40 things depletes the same resource you'd use to plan a meal. After 10 hours of diagnostic work, your brain has 0 bandwidth. The drive-thru isn't lazy. It's the only choice your depleted brain can process. Number 3 requires 1 decision. Planning a healthy meal requires 15. Your brain can't do it. This isn't about discipline. It's about timing. The mechanics who eat well make the decisions on Sunday, when their brain is rested and the choices preload into a cooler. By Wednesday at 6 p.m., there's no decision. The food's in the truck. That's engineering. Mechanics understand engineering. That Cleveland tech, I wasn't failing at nutrition. My brain was making the best decision it could with what I'd left it. The answer wasn't try harder. The answer was to decide on Sunday, not Wednesday, at 6 p.m. So the time tax steals your lunch and decision fatigue steals your planning. But even if you solved both of those, trap number 3 would still get you, because where your shop sits determines what you can eat. Trap number 3, the food desert. Most shops sit in industrial zones. The nearest food is a gas station, a vending machine, or a drive-thru that's 8 minutes round trip, leaving you 6 minutes to eat in the parking lot. The Mountain Dew and cigarette breakfast isn't a joke. It's the standard operating fuel for a trade that located itself in a food desert and never built a solution. You can't eat food that doesn't exist near you. This isn't about knowledge. Every mechanic knows a salad is better than a hot dog. The problem is access. And the industry never considered that the humans in these buildings might need food that isn't processed garbage. Time, brain power, and location. 3 traps that stack on top of each other. But even if you solved all 3, there's a 4th trap that hits when you sit down in the break room. And this one's personal. Trap number 4, shop culture and the rabbit food wall. You bring grilled chicken to the shop. Within 30 seconds, nice rabbit food. What are you, a fitness model? That's not a joke. That's social enforcement. One of your viewers nailed it. I ate my meal prep in my truck for 6 months. Not because I was ashamed, because I didn't have the energy to argue after 8 hours of flat rate. 6 months in his truck. Because the social cost of eating well was higher than the nutritional cost of eating garbage. NFL linemen, UFC fighters, F1 drivers, all expected to fuel for performance. Nobody mocks them. You're an industrial athlete performing 250 days a year. The guy calling your chicken rabbit food is the one whose body is retiring before he does. Linda's been packing Dale's lunch for 3 years. He eats it in the truck. He doesn't say a word in the break room. Because the foreman who mocks the salad can't climb under a car anymore. Dale's seen the math. He's just quiet about it. 4 traps: time, brain, location, culture. And the 5th one ties them all together, because every single one of these traps has the same chemical bandage holding them in place. Trap number 5, the caffeine crutch. The monster isn't giving you energy, it's lending it, at 400% interest payable in 4 hours. Why, it's the duct tape holding all 5 traps together. Here's what nobody talks about. The energy drink doesn't just mask fatigue, it masks hunger. Caffeine suppresses the hunger signal. So you skip breakfast because you aren't hungry. You skip lunch because you're fine. Then at 4 p.m., when the caffeine wears off and the hunger hits all at once, you eat the worst food in the largest quantity because your body is in emergency refueling mode. The monster is the duct tape holding all 5 traps together. It masks the time problem, the brain problem, the location problem, the culture problem, and the hunger problem, all at once. That Cleveland Tech. The day I quit Monster was the day I realized I was actually hungry at 7 a.m. I hadn't felt real hunger in years. Once the hunger came back, eating real food became easy, because my body was finally asking for it. 5 traps. 5 systemic reasons you eat garbage, none of which are laziness, and none of which are fixed by willpower, but every single one of them can be engineered around. And if you understand engines, you understand this fix. The fix. Number 3, the Sunday decision. 30 minutes on Sunday. Cook a batch of chicken or ground turkey. Portion into 5 containers with rice. Toss in the fridge. Grab one every morning, throw it in the cooler in your truck. No microwave needed. The shop break room microwave hasn't been cleaned since the Clinton administration. These meals taste fine cold. They taste better than anything under a heat lamp at 7-Eleven. This eliminates the time tax. Eating from a container takes the same 90 seconds as a gas station burrito. Eliminates decision fatigue. The decision was made Sunday. Eliminates the food desert. The food came from your kitchen. 30 minutes on Sunday saves you from 5 days of garbage. That solves the food. Number 2 solves the drink, and it saves you more money than any coupon book. Number 2, the Monster Swap. Week 1. Replace 1 Monster per day with a bottle of water and an electrolyte packet. Keep the other can if you need it. Just drop one. Week 2. Replace both with water. Black coffee in the morning if you need caffeine. Coffee gives you the alertness without the 80 grams of sugar. The caffeine is still there. The insulin bomb is gone. Here's the cost per year math. 2 Monsters per day at $4 each, 250 workdays. $2,000 per year. Water and electrolyte packets for the same period, $125. You save $1,875 per year, and your kidneys, your pancreas, and your 2 p.m. energy level all improve simultaneously. Screenshot that number, $1,875 per year, spent on a drink that makes you worse at your job by 2 p.m. That's not a beverage habit. That's a subscription to your own decline. The The Sunday decision fixes the food. The monster swap fixes the drink. Number 1 fixes the culture, and it's the one that requires the most from you. Number 1, eat in the truck until the culture catches up. I'm not going to tell you to stand up to the break room. That's wellness influencer garbage from people who've never been mocked by a foreman. The guys who made the switch? Most ate in their truck for 3 to 6 months. They didn't fight the culture. They bypassed it. Chicken and rice in the truck, water in the cup holder, nobody to comment on it. Then something happened. The other guys started asking, not mocking, asking, because the guy in the truck wasn't crashing at 2 p.m., wasn't popping ibuprofen at lunch, was still moving at 4 p.m. when everyone else was dragging. You don't change shop culture with a speech. You change it with results. That Cleveland tech, I ate in my truck for 4 months. Then my foreman knocked on the window and said, "What's in the container?" I told him. He said, "Make me one." That was the day the culture shifted, one container at a time. Go back to the question from the beginning. What did you eat today at work? And how long did you spend doing it? Now that you know the 5 traps, which ones got you? The time tax? The decision fatigue? The food desert? The culture? The caffeine? Name the trap in the comments. Because once you name it, you can engineer around it. And mechanics understand engineering better than anyone. That master mechanic from the start, 30 years of experience, hands worth more than any scan tool in the shop, and he's fueling all of it with a gas station burrito and a warm Mountain Dew. You wouldn't run 87 octane in a Coyote motor. Stop running it in yourself. 5 traps, 5 engineering problems, 5 engineering solutions. Sunday decision, monster swap, eat in the truck. Your body is the most expensive tool in your toolbox. Stop fueling it with garbage.